This is round 2. Welcome to episode 14 of Ask the Agent. Today we are talking about being a real estate resource, not just a real estate agent, meaning you got to have access to the best lenders, the best attorneys, the best home inspectors, the best home improvement guys. And today I got one of the best lenders in the business, Jason Jean, on the show. Thanks for being on the show, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, a million of lenders that come up to me over the years that I've been in the business, and they are offering me great service and great rates and access to all these programs, and it makes me want to vomit. You got to come to the table with more than that in 2017. You guys absolutely knock it out of the park, and I want to kind of talk about some of those things that you are bringing to the table that if your lender isn't doing these things, gotta look at other places, because there's lenders out there that are doing these things, and look, as agents, we're at the top of the food chain, and these lenders need us, so get them to rise to the occasion and step up their game. So, I don't know, you tell me, what do you love about what you're delivering for us, and then I'll tell you what I love.
Cool, man. Cool, man. Sounds good. So first of all, I'm not a lender. I don't, for disclosure purposes, okay. I am a broker.
Okay.
So if the CFPB sees this, I just want to make sure
they will see this. Do you know how many views we get on this show?
I know, you're big time. So like I was saying before, probably my favorite thing that we do kind of to support a lot of our realtor partners is using the CRM program. I know you guys use CRM. Just as good. Yeah, you guys, you live in it too. A lot of agents don't, but we do as well. And I don't think that there's any other lender or broker out there in our region that is doing, the practices that we're doing regarding the CRM. So all the stuff that we have is all co-branded with your information. So whatever mutual client we're working on, it's co-branded with that individual. And then, a lot of the material that goes out is co-branded. And I literally had one that went out one time recently, and it was co-branded. They replied. They thought it was from the realtor, and they said, "Oh, thank you so much, realtor, for reaching out. I'm glad you did. I lost your information. I'm now ready to list my house."
Awesome.
And so we was able to get that list. Obviously, we got the buy, and so they were able to get two sides out of it because they're not doing they're not using the CRM like we are. And the moment we started to use CRM the way that we did, we doubled our business overnight, and it's obviously doing the same things for our realtor partners as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like one.
So I guess one of the top things is if you're not getting the leads to the lender for them to do some follow up on, then you as an agent need to step up your game on that aspect, right? So anytime we're getting leads in, you want to get it to the lender. If you've got a lender that's in a position to do some follow up, to put them into CRM, and you guys have taken it to another level with your own inside sales associate, correct? If you're following up on these leads, your phone.
Yeah, we have two ISAs that we, I love. That's like one of my favorite positions. There's so many cool things that we're doing with our ISAs. It's just awesome. Keeping in touch with past clients, making sure that they're well taken care of. Obviously generating leads from that practice, getting them back to our realtor partners. We're staying in touch. Everyone that gets pre-approved, we're staying in touch with them, weekly to see if they need anything from us, if they have any questions from us. Obviously, again, that's going to be generating referrals that we kick right back to the other agent that we're working with on them. In addition to columns like some old lead lists, a lot of realtors have all these leads that we, or they called once and then they disappeared forever and ever, and we warm up those lists, pretty well with our ISAs. So yeah, it's
very cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the process of actually getting somebody into the pipeline. So you get them on the phone, right? And I think one of the great things that you guys have is your online portal. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So we have a team also, just like many of the top realtors are starting to develop teams, and that's just kind of the way that the lending world is doing it too. And so we've developed a team. I have an absolute rock star team. And so we have a process and a procedure we're getting, from our process is really to try to drive our customers to the online portal that we have. And the reason for the reason I like the online portal is that there's nothing we're going to miss. It is very thorough. we have to prep them and say, look, it's going to take a half hour. It's a very thorough application, but it's designed for us not to make mistakes, and that's exactly what it does. So like a lot of the times, if we take an over the phone or in-person application, there's things that we might not ask, like, did you file your tax returns? So they're giving us tax returns. We kind of assume that they filed them, and then if we order the 4506T in week 3 or 4, they come back rejected 3 or 4 times. We don't know why. Now we're calling you saying, hey, this deal is gonna, that just really doesn't happen with us, because it's asking, did you file your tax returns? It's asking the questions that most loan officers don't ask. And so then we get this nice questionnaire. They get a document checklist, so they can start working on all the items. And so it's just a really, really, great service to our customers. And then of course, once they apply, kick right into our CRM. It's just all right then, and nice and easy. And so like what you guys are doing, which is awesome, is really saying, hey, you need a pre-approval. Go online. Here's the link. Fill it out. And then if you guys need something, say, hey, they want to make an offer on this property. It's Saturday morning at 9 a.m. They're filling out an online application. We've got a whole team. So if one of us can't get that processed like right away, it's a rare occasion.
Yep.
Most of the time you have to like let us know that it's coming in or whatever, because we're not working, too much on Saturdays and Sundays, sorry. But like we will, if you guys want us to, and if there's something, if it can wait till Monday, wait till Monday, and everybody's okay with that. But if it can't, we jump on. We got a whole team. So.
Yeah. I think one of the things that you guys do as far as the weekends is open houses, right? And I know we're not asking you to do it every Sunday,
right.
But if we need you, your lender should be available for open houses on Sunday. If you think you're going to have a big one, you need help signing in, you want somebody to talk about programs and try and get somebody pre-approved on the spot or talk about the program, great. With a team, I think you have that ability if we needed you.
Yeah, the team helps, because I have 2 small kids too, and so Sundays I remember leaving. I'm sure it happens to all you listeners out there. It's your kid just holds onto your leg and doesn't want to let you go because you got to go do the open house. I remember doing one with Jared, and I said, Jared, my daughter was screaming, crying, like wouldn't let me go. Man, it beats you up inside. We got a whole team, so like if someone says, hey, this open house needs coverage, it's typical that we're going to be able to get somebody there for sure to support you guys, because I know you guys try to track everybody that comes in properly, and that can be a full-time job with some of the open houses that you guys hold.
Yep. Person doesn't get pre-approved, right?
Yeah.
That's where the CRM kicks in again, because you guys have some credit repair partners and you put them into...
Well, first of all, we have and I think it's important, if you're working with a lender that's restricted, some of the banks, I'll say, are great for a lot of things, but getting mortgages done isn't always one of those things. And so, the amount of people that we could pre-approve that get denied out of some of these local banks is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I should set up a stand on the side of the street outside their branch. So like getting them pre-approved is you have a much greater chance with someone like us. There's many other great institutions out there that have all the programs designed to help not only people with perfect credit but people with lower credit, grant programs, that kind of stuff. But if they don't qualify for them, I don't care if you make $1 million or 100,000 or 10,000 or your credit is 500 or 800, we're going to treat you the same way. So if you want to get to be able to buy a home, most people can buy a home within 1 to 2 years. It's just a matter of are they doing the right things and have they been given the right information? So not only do we give them the right information, but sometimes we bring in a third party, credit repair company to help delete some things that maybe were incorrect or old or late or whatever on the credit reports, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's like, hey, move this balance over here, make a payment on here, and then their credit score goes up 50 points. So and then of course they're in the CRM, and so the CRM is bringing them right back to us once they have fixed up their credit.
And there's been countless times where, a person comes to us and says, I tried to get pre-approved and I can't. It's like, well, would you be willing to get a second opinion, send them over to you, and you're like, yeah, I can get this guy pre-approved, no problem.
We had one recently, she was a nurse. She made she had a lot of income. Her credit was perfect, her bank said, well, you need a gift for like $30,000 to buy a home. So she's like, I don't have anybody at 30,000. So she was referred to us by one of our past clients, and she had 30,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
Like she had like 10% down, perfect credit, fantastic debt ratios. I mean, it was like a no-brainer. I'm like, how did they not do this? So yeah, it's like
just never. If you don't have a backup person to be checking when somebody gets denied, absolutely, you've got to find that person as well. With, there are some, a lot of these guys have access to a lot of programs. Make sure that you've got a broker or something that can really go outside of the box. There's so many unique programs that you have that, maybe even you picked up this year that you couldn't have gotten done last year for us. So
totally. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff out there. I'm really excited to be back, be here. Man, I'll tell you, the last decade's been kind of rough. I don't know if, you remember, but, right now it is so much nicer out there with programs and grant programs and, the down payment assistance programs. I mean, we're able to do so much stuff compared to, even a few years ago. So, yeah.
Other thing that I know that our guys like is the follow-up during the transaction, right? You're keeping the person abreast as to where we are in the process, and you've got, a little bit of a drip campaign that kind of goes, okay, we're here, and now we've done this, and So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, communication is going to, either make or break your relationship far beyond one transaction. It's one thing that we've worked on, and I will say that we're continuing to work on that. Looking at different softwares to employ that will help automate it, so that way when it is in the system, when one thing gets moved further along in the process, it automatically triggers a notification to you guys. So there's a lot of really great stuff. So yeah, we've done a good job. I say we're going to be doing a great job in the next 6 to 12 months, when we're going to, we're definitely going to be streamlining things and making it even better and better and better. So constant improvement.
Anything else you want to add? I'll end with my final touch.
Just my notepads are amazing. Pens. Did we say that in the second round?
I don't think we said that.
If you don't have a lender that gives you great pens, then get them out of there.
So my final piece is, if you've got a lender that's doing a lot of business and has a lot of access to a lot of programs and stuff, they probably know some other good agents, right? So you've sent us some agents over the years.
Well, for our local competition is now. I play nice, so I don't go and recruit for you guys.
Nope.
Because we do work with agents from other agencies, and so we are very, very careful with that. But we do also, if people come to us, we can, we definitely have had brainstorming sessions. But I definitely keep proprietary information proprietary. Whatever you tell me isn't going to go to somebody else, and vice versa. But yeah, I mean, certainly having a business partner as a lender rather than someone who's just going to do your deals.
Yeah, and look, it might not, somebody could come to you, another agent that's doing some business, and say, hey, look, I'm not happy where I am, but maybe we're not a good fit for them. And you've got other agencies that you're doing business with, and maybe, hey,
Right.
You know what, you'd fit better over here, you'd fit better over there. So you're just doing enough deals where you have access to these people. And I think that's key out of a partner. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock. Join us next week for episode 15. Thank you.
Yes, I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, man, zippity zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. Beep up and zippity hop. I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, man, zippity zoom. I'm in love. I don't care.